Many of you were absent Friday for various reasons. This video will kind of help get you caught up on what you might have missed. We were looking at this particular handout where we were looking at the finches, and we discussed natural selection together in class. We discussed migration together in class. We also discussed genetic drift together in class. And what we're going to be doing now is looking at the written part. Feel free to pause this video at any point if you need to add any notes to your particular handout. If you happen to miss like migration, you might want to pause this, get this information down. But I'm going to be jumping ahead up to the written part. So the guiding question that we were asked to answer is right here, which essentially is asking us, did the beaks of birds get larger because of genetic drift? Or did they get bigger because of natural selection? Or did they get bigger because of migration? So you have to answer one of those three right here for your guiding question. And then down here, as we have looked at previously, you have to tell me how you know it's whichever one you choose. How do you know that? So some information that you need to be aware of in the reading, I've kind of highlighted already. But one of the things that you need to be aware of, and you probably should read this on your own, is that, again, the guiding question, which one caused the bird beaks to get bigger? You're going to be introduced to the word Daphne major, which is not something that we discussed together, but we did discuss the Galapagos Islands. This is one of the Galapagos Islands. And a piece of information you need to know to get the answer correct is you need to recall that it's located in the middle of an ocean. Another piece of information that we discussed about finches is that these birds, they do not fly very well at all. Again, that is an important piece of information you need to consider when you're trying to figure out which of the three it was. Another piece of important information, again, in order to help you get the answer correct, is the population of finches was 751. That's something that will help you get the answer correct. So what ended up happening to these birds is there was a drought, meaning that there was no water, and if there's no water, it's hard for plants to survive, which makes it hard for the birds to survive because the birds eat the seeds on the plants. And if you completed your graph, you will have seen that some seeds went away, but some seeds did not. What we need to be aware of with these is that the tribulus seeds, they have thicker shells. Again, that's an important piece of information that might help you solve this particular question. So again, we are trying to figure out, did the bird's beak sizes get bigger? In the reading, it does say that they got bigger because of genetic drift, or did they get bigger because of natural selection, or did they get bigger because of migration? Again, it's worth your while to take a read through this, but the information you need to know to get it is you need to remember this, you need to remember this, this. You need to know that the finches eat the plants that were going away because of the drought. You need to take into consideration that these have seeds that are thicker with shells. And then you need to take that information. You need to look at what you wrote for migration. With that information, is this what caused the birds to get bigger beaks? If so, you got your answer. If not, maybe it's genetic drift. Is this what was going on with those birds? Again, based off the reading and based off the parts that I highlighted and wrote about on this page here. If so, the bird's beaks got bigger because of genetic drift. Or maybe it was natural selection, which I do not have written on this paper. We did a concept map on our board together for this, but maybe this is what was going on. So take the information that you were given in the reading and what I kind of narrated off to the side, and if natural selection describes what was going on, you got your answer. Again, whichever one of those three it is, you'll write your answer right here. It was maybe that, maybe that, maybe that. I know my answer is correct because, and again, remember to use evidence from our discussion, and our discussion would be the notes that you have included in this handout.